loves, and welcome back to TigeraGitana. My name is Abby, and today we're going to be doing the weekly chakra healing video for Capricorn. And you and Sag are pretty much like, you guys just in the cute place right now. Okay, just cleansing myself real quick. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cards and then we're going to talk about it. But I definitely get the message from this reading. I am a Capricorn, so I'm just like taking it in and I'm going to spit it out to you. For the root chakra, we have the 4 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. The 8 of Pentacles and the Emperor in the sacral space. Solar plexus, Queen of Wands. Heart chakra, sorry, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands in the heart chakra. Throat chakra, we got the Ace of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. Third eye, the Page of Swords and the 9 of Cups. And then crown chakra, we have the 6 of Cups. Our oracle cards for this reading are death, safe travel, and shift. And we have service and child. Okay, so I feel like Capricorn is in that phase, that thing that we do around the end of the year when it's getting closer and closer and closer to our season, where we start plotting. Okay, we start really thinking about, first of all, we start looking at what we've done this year, what we've accomplished, what we've accumulated, what things we brought in, what worked, what didn't work. We start analyzing, the journey, and to the point where we look at what's lacking and then we start plotting for what needs to come in. And that's why this is coming up the way it is. It's like at this point we're adding things to our space. We're not neglecting or necessarily removing things completely. There's things that got removed. However, we are looking at the grand scheme of things. We're looking at our long term. This is something that we do, like I said, around our birthday season. We just get plotty and we're like, okay, so next year, what do we want to look like? Where are we traveling to? It turns into a whole let me have some sense of purpose, some goal set that I want to achieve. Let me think about it. And that's really what's going on. It's like, how can I add more to my happiness, my wealth, my purpose? What other intentions can I ground myself in? What other things can I do in this field? What other things where else can I go? Where haven't I traveled at? Where is there something I would like to study? It's just a really purposeful time right now to get a lot of things done. We are in a position where, as we have been moving out of Scorpio season into Sagittarius season, we are really looking at the shift and kind of how we're going to move before we travel safely into the direction that we're going to pick. And that process, that whole entire concept turns into that child and the service. Because a child doesn't necessarily mean we're all gonna be, all Capricorns are gonna have a baby this week, no, or this season or this upcoming month, no. It's the child is the idea. It is the birth of something. It is the creation, the intent of having, or not even the intent of having, but manifesting something from your willpower, from wanting, from arousal, from different ways, to be honest. And it's just that creation. It's the creation and how we service creation, how we fuel our creation, how we give space for our creation to grow, how we set the intentions that will then lead us to a happier place, a more content place, for us to be more stable than we are, more grounded than we are. It's really like more solidified than we are. As far as relationship goes, I feel like we're good with relationships right now. It's not necessarily something that is bad. I don't see it as definitely something bad. I feel like we are very much balanced in love right now. Especially for this week, we're definitely balanced in love. We're receiving of that. What we're focusing on right now is the long term: money, career, travel, our longer journey. What do we want to invest in some things? Like, we're literally thinking about that. Our love life right now is cutesy. We're definitely balanced in that regard, and I feel like because we have some balance in that love area, we're really focusing on manifesting on the physical right now, because we do feel good. There's just like levels of feeling good, and there's just like, we're gonna keep adding to this empire that we have built, and ultimately knowing that we're gonna be fine, our family's gonna be fine, we're gonna, like, it all leads to having that grand accumulation of abundance, like that 10 of Pentacles energy, of having the cake and eating it too, and having a backup cake. Like, it's a very, like, it's a sense of purpose that is like, you're creating the legacy that is not just for you, it's for who you're leaving behind afterwards as well. So there's just like a lot of like solidification right now, and again, this is something that happens to Capricorns around this time, so I'm not really surprised that this is the energy around us. This is where our mindset is at, and what we're working on. If you haven't started doing this process, you definitely should. If you have Capricorn in not like your, like, let's say it's, you have a Capricorn Venus, or it's just like in a different area, like you have a Capricorn rising or something like that, definitely take the time to do it, because I feel like again, around this time, I feel like it just gets triggered within us, because I'm a Capricorn. This literally happens to me every year around, like, once it starts getting into that close to the end of the year, after Scorpio season, I start getting plotty. I'm like, okay, my birthday's coming, what am I doing, what's next year gonna look like, where am I gonna go? Like, I start getting plotty, like, I really do, and I start kind of writing a list of things that I want to do. Like, next year I want to get my sound healing certification. Like, there's a ton of stuff I want to do next year, and I'm gonna be doing next year, but just kind of like starting to write that list, like, oh my god, like, looking at the time that I'm gonna have, because again, we rule time, so we're like, okay, what can I do with this time, what can I grow with this time that I have? So it's very much, it's a really kind of fun time right now. I feel like, yes, Capricorn season itself, even though we're not there yet, we're in Sagittarius season, there a lot of people get depressed around the end of the year. A lot of it's almost like it gets a little bit heavy, because it's almost like the weight of the world is at the end of the year. It's a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of family stuff happening. There's a lot of collective stuff happening, and it just feels a little bit overwhelming at times. But this is why you need to connect back to your sense of purpose, and why you need to have those goals set and start thinking about putting those goals and setting down those goals and setting the intentions for those goals and speaking out into existence what it is that you want, planting those seeds, writing them down, making sure you're like emotionally backing yourself with the journey that you're taking, where you're going, and supporting yourself and your ideas, and making sure those who are around you are also supporting your ideas, and backing you and being there for you. So there is just a lot of energy, but you need to also take the time to do it. If you have other placements, like your sun is something else and your moon is something else, your rising is something else, but your Venus is in Capricorn, it could be weird to have to do, because then your other energies are like a little bit everywhere else, and then your Venus and Capricorn is like, well, but I need you to get it together, because we're trying to be like this. So definitely, if this is not something that you do naturally, trust me, just do it. Sit down with yourself, get a notebook, write down your goals, write down 2019, what is it that you want, like 2020, what is it that you want, What is it that you want to receive? I mean, Jupiter's about to move into Capricorn again. We're like next. Listen, we're in a really good place. Saturn is gonna spend its last year in Capricorn next year. Jupiter's gonna be in Capricorn all year. We have, I mean, Pluto's still in Capricorn, but we have so much good energy backing us, including Saturn. Like, a lot of people love to be like, oh, when Saturn goes into your sign, you're about to get wrecked in 3 years. It's just gonna be like, oh my god, everything's gonna get up. And then yes, Saturn comes in and he like checks your foundations. That's what he does. For Capricorns though, I think it's a little bit smoother because we're already used to this energy. This is just like Zaddy came in to check to see if we were good. If we not, he told ya that we're not good and that you need to get to the point where you're good, and then he's going about his merry way. But I don't see Saturn being in Capricorn as a non-blessing for Capricorns. I see it as a good thing, because when Saturn leaves Capricorn, if you are born under Saturn in Capricorn, you are being given, especially as if you are a Capricorn, you are being given like this blessing of, yo, my daddy Saturn, he just set me up for success. So when I'm like, what, 30, 31 and so forth, like I'm so grounded in where I had to shift to and what I had to release before, that I'm gonna be in a good place later. And what does Capricorn love to know more than anything else? That we're gonna be fine later. We're gonna be stable later. Again, we're very foundational. We love rooting ourselves in something, and he wants to come in and say, make sure we're okay, and you think we're gonna be upset about that? Like, yes, Saturn and Capricorn is not necessarily always the easiest thing to go through, but for a Capricorn, we do this for a living. Okay, we are always checking ourselves, making sure we're not wasting time, making sure that we're going after our goals, making sure that we are thinking forward and have like a longer term plan. That's who we are. Okay, so I ain't worried about us in that way. I feel like we're about to go into a really good year. I mean, I'm about to turn 30, so whoop. But we're about to go into a really good year. And you know what's funny? All my life I've always had people complain about like, oh my god, 30 and all this stuff, and I've always said this, always. And it's funny because you can say that this is an intention I've been setting since I was literally little, but I've always been saying this, which is my 30s are gonna be like my 20s but with more money. Ah, shit. Okay, and I honestly believe that. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening within the next 10 years. There's a lot of growth that's going to be happening within the next 10 years. I'm just like, bring it. Like, I'm ready. Don't sleep on yourself. Don't sleep on your opportunities. Don't, like, this is why we are where we are. This is why, listen, Saturn is doing his thing. Let him do his thing. He's doing his thing, not just with us, but with everybody else. With the government, with everybody else. And so with Jupiter being in Capricorn, we get to come out of our Saturn return with a year full of Jupiter supporting us and opening doors everywhere, left and right. We gonna be fine, okay? This is just the plot time. So get plotting, start focusing, start writing down, start having like, if there's anything that you wanted to do, anything that you need to do, anything that you feel like you're called to do, write it down, set intentions, get your journal ready. Listen, okay, we have an eclipse next month. Like, there's a lot of Capricorn energy. There's a lot of new stuff happening, and we need to make sure we're using this energy right. So start plotting. You gonna be fine. We gonna be fine. We gonna be fine. Start plotting. Thank you. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to check out the Patreon as well. The monthly community spell is going to be happening next week, and the vote for which spell we're going to be doing is going to be up tomorrow morning, because literally it's like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, when I'm filming this. So I'm probably gonna knock out after this, like after I do Pisces. But don't forget to subscribe. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. I'm very happy that I get to share space with you, and that we get to, you know, do this together and grow together. And I cannot wait to grow together, because that is one of my goals. I cannot wait for us to have 100K, because we will have 100K. We will have a bigger community and be able to share and learn. And I have so many goals, so many things that we're doing. There's a book that I'm writing. That, listen, I can start giving you the list, but you're not ready. So I'm gonna we gonna manifest it together later. But I just wanted to thank everybody that's just been subscribing, and I know that it's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey. Like, I feel like I started thinking about this weekend. I was like, oh my god, I've grown so much since the summer. I've grown so much this like year. Like, it's been such a magical experience, and I've been so happy. It's been a really amazing time. I have no regrets. So yeah, so have a wonderful week. Start plotting. You know what you need to do. I will see you in the next video.